Well, folks, welcome to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. Today, I'm really excited to walk you through not only this pair of gaiters, but just the concept of gaiters for the outdoors in winter conditions. You know, if you live in an environment where you have snows that come in the wintertime, or you just enjoy a lot of winter sports that necessarily aren't on a ski slope, you like cross-country skiing, you like snowshoeing, snowmobiling, and hiking and backpacking and outdoorsmanship like what we do here 12 months a year at Gideon's Tactical, then you really do need to look into a pair of gaiters. And so we had been but basically the last 4 years I've been running this channel, I've been without gaiters. I used to use these, I don't even remember the brand, gaiters from like the 80s. They fell apart a couple years ago, and honestly, in reality, I've just been kind of lazy and haven't really looked into gaiters until this winter. I said, you know what, 2015 and 2016 winter, I want to get a good pair of gaiters that are going to last me quite a while, and did some research, and these are the ones that I picked up. And now, after several treks and having a lot of trail time with these guys, really excited to just kind of walk you through not only the concept of gaiters, what to look for, and why not only myself but also my brother have decided to go with these Outdoor Research Rocky Mountain High gaiters. Now, in concept with gaiters, you know, your appendages are some of the very first things that are going to get cold, and particularly your smaller appendages, your fingers and toes. And so gaiters really do provide, if you get a good pair that's going to stay on you for the entire length of your outdoor adventure, whatever it is. Maybe it's a day of, again, snowmobiling. Maybe you're going to do some snowshoeing. You're doing cross-country skiing, hiking, backpacking, camping, whatever. And there's a good considerable amount of snow, more than about 2 or 3 inches, that you're going to be trekking through or walking through, or just in. And you don't really want to go all the way in and wear snow pants. They don't breathe very well. They don't have a lot of mobility. So you're not looking for that, but you do want to have some protection against snow getting into your shoes, getting your socks wet, and then obviously getting your whole foot wet, and then it gets very cold very quick, and your toes start to go out of commission, and then you want to quit for the day of whatever fun activity you might be doing. So with these Outdoor Research Rocky Mountain High gaiters, we really were looking for some specific features that we found in these Outdoor Research items. So let me just kind of walk you through here real quick. Now, the first thing was we wanted some really good durable straps, and so that's what we have down here. These are a rubberized material that's very tough. It's not flimsy. I would really have to go to town. I can't tear it. I'm trying to tear it right here. Can't do anything like that, but it's been sewn in very well onto this item. And it gives you also an elastic band all the way around. So it actually fits very snug around your shoe. And their sizing, which we'll kind of talk about in a brief moment, their sizing is very easy to follow. And for the size that we purchased with the size feet that we have, these really worked very well, and we're very pleased with that. And then it had also a very good, strong steel clip that we could feed that through. So, we didn't want something that was flimsy or cloth, that might tear a little easier, or just wasn't built very well. And they even thought through, the extra that you may have with this little pouch that you can feed your excess strap through, so it's not flopping around and maybe you're stepping on it, tripping on it. So they really thought through their strapping process, but also they thought through really keeping that on your foot in multiple ways. And so they also included a very nice steel clip that you can attach to your boots, and it really stays snug. You can either loop it through your boots if your shoes are designed that way, like my brother's were, or mine, which are not designed that way. You can just loop that through any of your shoe laces as it's zigzagging up your foot, and it'll stay securely on there all day long as you're trekking around in the wilderness. Now, as we move along here, you want basically two capabilities. You want that water resistance, but you also want that breathability, because you don't want to start sweating underneath your gaiters. Well, they really thought through that, because for about the first 6 inches of this gaiter right here all the way up to this seam that you see right here is a coated packed nylon. And so that's what that is. So it's very water resistant and really not very breathable. And that's going to be right around your ankles, where you're really going to be pushing through a lot of that snow and a lot of that slush that you may be involved in. So it's going to be very water resistant. And we haven't seen any sopping through or soaking through whatsoever in all of the usages that we've had and experienced. But at the same time, without, again, taking that all the way up, because you wouldn't want that water resistance all the way up, and lack of breathability all the way up your gaiters. So the top 2/3, if you will, is just the packed nylon. So it's much more breathable and a little bit lighter weight, as you can see here. If you were here with me, you could feel the difference between this isn't quite as thick, whereas this is a lot more thick and durable down here. So they really thought through that process as well. Now, just a few basic specs as we kind of are going along here. The overall length of these gaiters as well was a big key feature for us. We didn't want something that was really short. We wanted some good high gaiters that are going to go around our calf just below our knee and really stay snug and secure on all day long. So the overall length on these is going to be 15.75 inches, which is really good, and that's going to go right below your kneecap for the person that you are, depending on the size that you purchase. So that really helps with that feature a lot. And then the weight as well, because maybe you're starting out on a trail and it looks pretty clear, but you don't really know what the trail is going to look like as you go deeper in, if you're snowshoeing or backpacking or whatever, snowmobiling, and you want to pack these in. Not only are these very slim, and won't take up a lot of space in a pack or even in cargo pockets, but they together, the full package here weighs 6.5 ounces. So very lightweight for this item. And so it's not going to carry, you're not going to feel it on your legs, but it's also not going to be cumbersome in your pack, which is also a really big plus. The other thing as well is that, it's got to have a good seam for you to be able to put on, but keep waterproof and stay together. And what they've done here is given you this giant strip of Velcro, and this giant strip of Velcro works very well. It goes the entire length all the way down to that very bottom Outdoor Research logo, and then you're easily able to Velcro that all the way up, and it stayed securely on us. And I believe we probably have about 15-20 miles worth of trekking on these models, both my brother and I, and we haven't had any of the Velcro wearing out or popping off or getting snow packed in it and then not being able to close it up. So that's another great feature.
Great so far.
Yeah.
I haven't had a single problem. What I love about them, and the best things I think about them, is that they haven't fallen down. And this is the second time we've been out all day.
Right.
And I don't have to readjust them. I mean, they sit just right there, right above the calf where it comes in. So you cinch it down. And with the knee pads on, I've been wearing the knee pads for what, 3-4 hours?
Right.
On there, up and down. And I still haven't moved, and it's awesome.
Right. Okay.
And then finally, as we go near the top, this is one of the biggest things, and this is the problem I had with my old 80s version that my dad gave me of the Gaiters that I used to have, and again, I don't even remember that brand. But near the top, what would happen is over the course of a trek, they would start to slide down and roll off my calf, and so by the end of a couple miles, they're down around my ankles, and I look like I got weird sock pantaloons or something like that. That is not the case with these Outdoor Research. They've done a great job giving you this really good durable plastic clip with this nice strip of nylon that's very adjustable, and you can really cinch that down, get that over your calf muscle, and then it never wants to slide down. We didn't have any readjustments in about the 20 miles of usage that we've put on these guys. Zero having to, halfway through a trek, oh man, hold on, I got to re-cinch these up. And they just did a really good job with that overall design. Just very pleased with how they have done, made, and performed, and just overall, just how these are performing for us out on many of the treks that we do. And it has really cut down on the snowpack getting into our shoes, getting into our socks, and getting our feet cold. So it definitely helps, keep those appendages warm, and is doing it in a very lightweight and very capable way. And so just kind of a few last pieces here. Now I picked these up at REI for $43, so under $50 for these, which I think is a good, decent price. You can go upgrade higher. There's some other, higher end ones that you could spend like $80 on. But that's about the going rate for most brands out there. And finally, why did you pick Outdoor Research? A lot of times when we're out there, whoever you are, you watching at home, myself, and I'm researching and trying to find a good new item, you go with brands and I've had a couple other Outdoor Research gear items, and they have always been fantastic and really served me well. And so that's why right away, as soon as I saw that Outdoor Research made gaiters, I gravitated toward them right away, and I was like, oh man, let's check these out. So very pleased, very happy with them, and couldn't recommend them more, guys. So if you are in the market for gaiters and you're looking for that mid-weight, mid-calf, if you will, that goes up just above your calf, below your knee, gaiters, I would highly recommend checking out the Rocky Mountain High gaiters. These things are freaking awesome and would totally recommend them. And I believe you're going to get a lot of good use and a lot of good protection out there in the cold. So as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Check us out on all the relevant social media. Links are in the description below. And as always, remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.